So my name's Clay Ivy.
Yes.
I have a film here, Santa Quits Christmas.
Yeah.
It's a short animated film. And
I've heard that everybody loved your film.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Oh,
I've heard
good.
like really good.
Oh, I
Maybe I
appreciate
should have
that.
shared this on camera.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was. I did hear a lot of laughs, but it was late in the night, so I thought it might have been booze driven. But it was.
Wow.
So
we can't control this.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But everyone seemed in a good mood last night,
Exactly.
so I think everyone had fun. And,
Cool.
Yeah, I was
So-
happy with the reaction. So
Yeah. What about your background? So you come from the film industry?
Yeah, so I'm a newcomer. I actually come from the financial industry, so that's what I went to school. What I went to school for, and realized that I kind of liked artistic stuff more than the number stuff, and so trying to transition. This was my first completed short, and it was my first film festival. So thrilled, and everyone I've spoken to said you couldn't have picked a better festival for your first one. I got so lucky to get into this one for my first one. So
yeah, cool.
It's been a great time here with everybody. I've learned a ton.
Sure. You know, your movie fits exactly, you know, what we look for in this film festival, like artistically. So, we're happy to have your film.
I think that's great because when I was looking, you know, through Film Freeway and all, I saw Misfit film and I said, I don't know if I could describe it better myself than a Misfit film. So I was happy that I fit in with this group.
Well, you know, we're all got misfits
kindred spirits
somewhere.
Yeah.
This is what I always said, like, you know, I should be a misfit somewhere.
Right. Everyone has their tribe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about the movie. Without spoiling the end.
Right. So, it's about kind of figuring out what Christmas means to you. It's an elf, and his name's Dale, and he goes on this journey. Santa, spoiler alert, the title's Santa Quits Christmas. So Santa does quit Christmas, and he becomes a little disenchanted, thinks maybe it's a little too consumer driven, and thinks maybe it's saying the wrong message. And so Dale the elf has to kind of reflect and go on this journey of discovery to find out what Christmas means to him and decide whether he thinks Christmas is worth saving or not. So and it sounds like a family-friendly Christmas journey, but it is not.
Yes. You're spoiling it. It's for kids now. So what made you do this movie?
So I do not know why, but I have always been obsessed with Christmas, and my favorite part of Christmas has always been Christmas movies. It's so much that my family.
I have to agree.
When I was younger, my family would have these rules that I couldn't start watching the Christmas movies till after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Because I was so obsessed that I would watch them forever, and so they had to put a rule down. And I'll go through something crazy. I'll screen somewhere around 75 Christmas movies between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Wow.
And so I wanted to, for some reason, I had this story that I wanted to tell, and I had never done animation before, but I didn't know, I'm in here in the desert, so it's about as far away from the North Pole as you could get, so I wasn't going to find a set. I wasn't going to be able to cast a Santa Claus, and so I thought animated was probably the best way to tell that story.
Cool. Was it so? Did the animation? This is like a tricky question.
Yeah,
I like tricky questions. Do you think that the animation helped? Your vision or not?
Well, I think what's interesting is that it's kind of a silly film, right? And the animation is somewhat crude because I'm not a great artist, and so I think the kind of the crudeness and silliness of the animation fits the silliness of the dialogue and the story, and I think kind of seeing some. I mean, I'll admit, poorly drawn characters deliver some, crude lines. I think I think it might be better than watching, someone do it live action. So.
It's funny because we're during the Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah. And then, so now we can start watching.
Right, so
That was the first Christmas movie. Yeah. I can tell my family, okay, perfect.
Yeah, and it goes with my family's rules too, so we're all allowed to watch it.
Do you regret quitting finance?
Oh, absolutely not. No, I was,
This is personal question, but I think a lot of filmmakers, they side hustle, they have their 5 to 9 to 5 jobs, they do other things. So I want to know more about this.
Yeah, I think everything is a journey. I was actually just talking to my father this today because he was picking my brain about how the screening went yesterday, and they're back in South Carolina, and so they couldn't be here, but they were just asking me everything they could, and I told him that, I said, I wish I would have found this earlier. I wish I would have found this when I was in high school, and this would have been my focus in college and all. And he just kind of reminded me, you don't ever know how that could have turned out. That everything's a journey, and that maybe I could have gotten burned out. Maybe I could have had some bad experiences along the way. And so no, I don't. I think I leaned more towards regretting the time I spent in finance than the time quitting finance.
This is interesting.
But, yeah.
Okay.
So, but he told me that that was my path.
Yeah.
And so.
Of course, we all have like different paths.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So he said, regrets wasted time. But.
Exactly. So, what are your future projects?
Well, I'm working on a full-length horror feature now.
Wow.
Yeah. So. We'll see if I've bitten off more than I can chew, but
I'll volunteer. I'm volunteering in your movie.
Oh, please! I would love to have
coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're horror fans.
Right.
Yeah.
So and it's kind of weird, comedy and horror, like they seem different, but I don't really think they are. I think they are similar.
Yeah.
It's a similar mindset.
Yeah, I think it stimulates. Like, I'm not a scientist, okay, so excuse what I'm saying. But as a filmmaker, as an artist, I feel like it stimulates like kind of the same thing, same emotion.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it has something similar. Yeah.
Right. It's like almost opposite ends of the spectrum. Being very afraid or very happy. Laughing or shaking with fear. Yeah. But it kind of comes from the same creative source, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So we'll be seeing this movie and Not a Miss Film.
I would love to.
Next year.
I'd love to. I hope so. We'll see if it's good enough.
What do you say? What advice do you give to indie filmmakers?
Oh, well, I think that there's no better time to be an indie filmmaker than right now. I mean, the technology is in your hands. Yeah. You can make an entire. I made Santa Quits Christmas completely on an iPhone. I drew everything with a stylus on an iPhone, recorded it on an iPhone.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's 100% on an iPhone. And if you go and read, old books about making film, back in the '90s and like the Kevin Smith days with Clerks and all, and the Slacker film, then. If you look at their budgets, their largest expense was film stock.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to buy film now. So, I mean, you can really just get some people who are willing to put themselves on screen and a phone or a digital camera and anything you want to do, you can do it. And if you don't know how to do it, there's someone who's made a YouTube tutorial who can tell you how to do it. So I don't think there's a better time to be an independent filmmaker. And so I would say my advice would be jump in. Just do it.
No more excuses.
Right. There are no more excuses. That's exactly right. Every excuse you have has been eliminated by technology. So, cool. So there's...
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And you don't have to start. I mean, you can tell by my film. You don't start at the greatest level. You don't have to be Martin Scorsese. You can start at a bottom. There's an audience for every kind of film you can make.
Yeah, and films are about entertainment.
Yeah.
And in every film, actually, literally in every film, you'll find something you like. Actually,
right.
You'll find something. Maybe it's a sentence, a character, a person, whatever. You'll find something that you'll find interesting. Actually. Yeah. And most of the times, we watch a lot of movies in the film festivals, and we're like, I haven't thought about this.
Right.
Yeah, that was really cool. And guess what? His movie, a lot of people liked it yesterday.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely, I had a blast.
So we're going to post these videos on We Film Festival on YouTube. Yeah, so like in a week.
Okay, great.
Yeah, cool. And we're going to share them on our social media.
That's great. Yeah, my parents are going to want to see it, so
yes.
I'll be sending it around.
Yeah, cool. Well, it was nice seeing you.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.